That's a recorded one.
So I'm 26 years old, and I am the food and beverage director at the Barclay Hotel. The Barclay Hotel in Chicago was the only all-suite 4-star hotel. The dining room, which I managed, was Chicago's oldest private dining club. So rich old white guys paid a lot of money annually for the privilege of spending a lot of money for dinner. I lived in a condo building up in Lincoln Park, and quite honestly, at 26 years old, I had it all, except for an air conditioner. And that summer was so damn hot, I finally broke down and got an air conditioner. And on the day it was installed, I turned the temperature as low as it would go, and the fan as high as it would go, and within minutes, I could see my breath in the room, and I jumped under the blanket, and I was asleep in a couple minutes, until the phone rang. And it was someone from the Barclay Hotel saying I needed to come back to work because there was a bomb scare, and the police were taking it very seriously. Now I'm 67 years old. If someone said to me, could you please get out of bed and come to a building that might blow up, I would say no thank you. And I think it would take years of therapy for me to understand why I went in there, but I did. I jumped in a cab, and within minutes I was at the Barclay, and I said to my boss, what would you like me to do? And he said, well, go look for the bomb. I said, okay. And he sent me to the 7th floor to the kitchen, since that's where I normally worked. And I said, well, what should I look for? And he said, anything unusual. Okay. So I went up there, and if you have ever been in a commercial kitchen, everything is metal and big and cold and smells a little bit like gas, but not really unusual. So I gave it a good look, and then I went back downstairs. I said, no, there's no bomb up there. And he said, well, then go check the offices. The first 4 floors of the hotel was office space. The hotel offices were there, but then there was also doctors and dentists. And so I headed up to the 4th floor, and as soon as the elevator opened, I saw an Igloo cooler with a lock on it. And I thought, if I'm gonna sneak a bomb into a luxury hotel, I'm gonna put it in an Igloo cooler. So I ran downstairs, and this was long before cell phones. I said, I think I found a bomb. And he sent me back up there. The general manager didn't go up there himself. He sent me back with someone from the bomb squad who kind of picked up the cooler and like, that's not a bomb. And I guess it wasn't, because I'm here today. So finally, around, I don't know, the bomb was supposed to go off at 2 in the morning. Finally, around midnight, they decided to evacuate, and they gave all the directors jobs. A lot of them got to just be on the phones in the office and call each room and say, we need you to leave. It's nothing to worry about, but don't use the elevators. And my favorite was the director of sales, who got to stand in the lobby of this beautiful hotel. And as people came down, tired, crabby, in their pajamas, she would say, we are transporting you to a lovely property, the Knickerbocker. It's our sister hotel. It has the same amenities just east of Michigan Avenue. I'm like, Jesus, can we get these people out of here? Because I'm starting to get scared. What if this guy is on Eastern time and the bomb's going off in less than an hour? The job they gave me, which makes me think they wanted a new food and beverage director, was to go to the top floor, 28 floors, and knock on each door in case some people didn't answer their phones. Now there was 6 rooms per floor. It was a pretty small space. And I was scared by this point. So I go upstairs and I knock on the doors, knock on the door, knock. Nobody's answering. They've all left already. I run down the stairs, knock, run down the stairs, knock. I am so damn scared. And then I run downstairs, knock. And this guy answers. He has been drinking since Tuesday. And he looks at me, and I looked at him. It took me a minute. And I said, I need you to evacuate. And he said, ejaculate? What the hell are you talking about? I was like, Jesus, God, I'm risking my life for you? You have got to be kidding. You're on your own, buddy. Don't use the elevator. So I kept going, knock. I finally make it back to the lobby. In the end, there was no bomb. There never was a bomb. So all of us went out and we drank a lot. We just kept drinking and laughing. And the nice part was we didn't have to get up in the morning because all of our guests were at the Knickerbocker, a lovely property east of Michigan Avenue. Thank you.